Hi there. Good morning. How's it going? I have arrived on the Mediterranean Sea. Today is May 14th, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all moms. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning. Let's give a little taste of the food scene here. Looks very good. So I was thinking about how to approach this video, whether to tell you where I am, and I will at the end of the video. So do your best to guess. The language is, of course, a huge clue that will make it very easy to guess which country, especially since I said that I'm on the Mediterranean. But what I'm going to do in this video is tell the story of getting here yesterday, which was quite an intense travel day. I am totally and completely frazzled from the past days and days of travel getting to Europe from the United States. Some kind of cool street art here on Carrer Desemparats, and what looks like some old ruins being uncovered. So my last video was in Manchester, England. I was totally wiped out when I recorded that video because I just flown over the Atlantic from Orlando. Overnight flight, left at 6 p.m., arrived at 7 in the morning, and then I got, out of the airport and into the city just to walk around for a few hours, and then I had another flight. Beautiful looking church here. From Manchester, a 2-hour and 20-minute flight. Wow. And by the way, today is a Sunday, so it's going to be pretty quiet walking around, I guess. I have not seen anything of this city other than basically what you've just seen in this neighborhood right here. Where I had breakfast is right down here. We will walk past it. So I'm going to walk over to the Mediterranean in the course of this video. Look at this weather, man. Not a cloud in the sky. Sun shining. I am so glad to be back in my favorite part of the world, on the Mediterranean Sea. So, yesterday, after finishing recording the video walking around Manchester, then I had to get back out to the airport there. So I caught an Uber. Arrived at the airport with plenty of time. This is where I had breakfast. Such a nice chilled out vibe. This is the way to live life in just a more, I don't know, relaxed, present, enjoyable scene and layout of the cities, you know, the old towns, the classic cobblestone and plazas. Look at this. Just gorgeous. Springing. Beautiful flowers. Gastro bar, restaurante, lounge. That classic kind of faded, weathered scene of the old town, but with all the stone and these important spaces for living, gathering, relaxing, talking, eating, drinking, the plazas. And just beautiful, simple architecture here. Okay, which way to go? Guess we'll follow the main path towards the sea, which I believe is straight out that way. I wonder if this is the main cathedral. So I've done zero research on this town, Saint Vincent Ferrer. Parroquia Nuestra Señora de la Asunción. Okay, so let's get on with this story. It's a long one. So I get to the airport in Manchester. I am flying Ryanair, a pretty cheap flight for about like $150 something. 2 hours, 20 minutes or so flight, direct flight. I get all checked in and through security. Now, I forget when I reserved the room that I have here. I have it for 4 nights. Just arrived last night. I either reserved it when I was at the pub in Manchester or else at the airport in Manchester. But anyways, I reserved it just yesterday. Really cool space here. It's like a amphitheater kind of with seating. Interesting. So there was a quandary when it comes to booking my accommodation because this town here is about an hour away from the airport where I was flying into. I was arriving at around 6:30 in the evening, but I didn't know the exact transportation situation to get here, and so I was trying to decide whether to book a hotel in the town near the airport that I was flying into, stay there for 1 night, and then come up here. This town here was recommended by a friend. Or to kind of wing it and hope for the best and just try to get up here and then be here today, waking up here in the morning and not have to spend my day today getting here from the other town an hour away. So it was kind of a gamble a little bit. So I decided to go for it and take the chance and figure, well, 6:30, it's an hour's drive. I will figure out how to get here one way or another. So the flight ended up being the loudest flight that I've ever been on because of these crazy partier Brits that were all super stoked to come here and party it up on the Mediterranean. And so like the whole plane practically, or at least a lot of it, was people who were just, I think a lot of them were already drunk and just hooting and hollering. It was to the point that they announced on the intercom on the plane that if people didn't quiet down, the police were going to be there when we landed. They announced this, so it was bad. People didn't really quiet down, but anyways, finally we land, and as I'm going down the ramp out of the plane, then there are police there talking with some people. They weren't like questioning everyone. I was afraid of like them coming onto the plane and like talking with lots of people and getting delayed. And speaking of which, the plane was already delayed by a bit. I think more than an hour actually before we boarded the plane. Okay, there is the sea right out there, it looks like. So finally we, land, and I get my luggage, and by that point it is, I think, like 7:20 or 7:30 or so. So little did I know at that point that the delay getting on the plane had actually totally messed up my smooth sailing to get here, as it turned out. I didn't know the bus times, like trying to figure that stuff out in advance is just like super complicating, and chances are gonna be wrong and whatnot. So I figured just get into the airport and go to the information desk and get information about how to get from there to here. There wasn't really an information desk that I found. I ended up asking a few people like rental car people and stuff, and they pointed me out to the bus. There's a schedule there and I'm trying to figure it out. So today is Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. It's a little complicating trying to figure out exactly when the next bus is coming. There is a direct bus from that city to this town. And I think that I figured out that it's going to be coming at 8 o'clock. It is 7:30 or so. And then I end up talking with this other guy, and he points out that actually that bus was only Monday through Friday. It is Saturday. That bus isn't coming. The next bus isn't until 9, and now I forget, but I think maybe we realized that actually the last bus had already left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was no bus from the airport straight to here. So, on to plan B. I ask around about a train. There is no train from there. It turns out I basically have to catch a bus into the city center of that city near the airport. Love these classic old lanes. Bazaar Chino. La Gran. Is that Moraza? So I find out where to catch a bus from there into the city center, and they leave like every 20 minutes. So that bus comes along, I hop on it. Wow, what a great scene here. The cute balconies and Cool shops. Tapas, there you go. Paella. Voila. And so I get on the bus and end up talking with these two girls who speak fairly good English and help me out with trying to figure out the best way to get here. And what they determine is that there's no train going at that point because it's getting later. My best option is a bus. The bus doesn't leave until 10 o'clock at night. And I've gotten an email from my accommodation. Okay, which way to go here? I guess we'll wander this way. I'll make another video later doing more of a tour of the town and of course giving more information about where we are and the area in general. But so far looks really nice. Fort up on the hill there. So I'd gotten an email from the accommodation, the room that I showed there at the beginning, stating that their front desk closes at 11 and to let them know if I'm not going to be there by 11 so that they can leave a key for me. So basically what we had figured out talking with the local girls there, they were looking on their phones, is there was a bus leaving at 10 p.m. It was going to take an hour and a half, so it would arrive at 11:30. That is after the 11 o'clock hour. And so I call the hotel there, talk with them, and they get it all set up so that there will be a key waiting for me. They give me a code to get into the reception area of the hotel. And so that's all good to go. Now it's just a matter of the bus situation working out. Lots of fish. Back on the Mediterranean. Feels good. So I get off the bus at the train station and go to the information place there just to make sure there isn't maybe a train, because that would be nicer. Talk with them, no trains going. She recommends the bus as well. It is a 10-minute walk away. So I walk over there, got all my stuff, of course, backpack, get there and use the machine, book the bus. It is available. It is going at 10 o'clock. Grab a piece of pizza there. Hop on the bus. Takes an hour and a half. One stop along the way at another town that is quite famous, which I will probably go to in the course of my time here and show that. It looks super touristy, but nice as well. And that other place is only a half an hour away from here. This is a smaller, mellower scene. There we go, nice shot of the fort. And so keep in mind that I hadn't slept basically the previous night at all on the flight to England, and then a day wandering around the city there, and then another flight that's delayed, and so I was just absolutely dead by the time arriving here on the bus last night, 11:30, And then from there, it was just a 10-minute walk over to my hotel. And so got there, and sure enough, the code worked. The key was waiting for me there. Got into my room and crashed. So that was just a very intense, long day, but it worked out. I'm very glad that I did it that way so that I could get here and just be here enjoying this lovely place, which is called Dania. So I had never heard of it before. I basically hadn't even heard of the city that I flew into, Alicante. So Alicante is an hour's drive south of here, an hour and a half by bus. And then Valencia is about an hour or so, or maybe it's farther, but Valencia is north of here along the coast, and it looks really, really amazing. I will plan to go that way from here and definitely stop in Valencia. It's supposed to be a really, really beautiful city. The largest city in the area here. So this is where the Mediterranean European summer of backpacking adventure begins. I know somebody who is here in Denia, and so that is how I ended up here. That person might appear in a video later. We shall see. A familiar face, but I'm just going to have a relaxing day today, and then we'll see what happens in the coming days. I'm probably just gonna go take a nap for the afternoon because I am really tired out, but very glad to be here. It was an intense journey getting here, but so worth it. So another 3 days here, and then a bit more of Spain. What a beautiful sight. Out there, the Balearic Islands, Formentera, Ibiza, Mallorca, Menorca. I've been to 3 out of 4. I haven't been to Formentera. I visited Ibiza, but it was in December, and so it was cold. It was just totally dead. So I might head out there to Ibiza and Formentera from here. We shall see. But anyways, here we are. Glad to be here. Lots more coming from Europe and the Mediterranean. See ya. And I'll end with this amazing plaza here. Wow.